I'm your host, Marquise, and welcome back to another edition of Can I Get a Minute? My guest this week is from Burlington, Ontario, Canada. She joined her first band at the age of 20 years old, and she says that really helped open her eyes to the music business. Ladies and gentlemen, from Canada, JC Soul. Welcome to Can I Get a Minute?
Hi, everyone.
And with that being said, JC, can I get a minute?
You can. You could have five. You could have 5 minutes.
I can have 5 minutes, right? 5, because that's like the time limit, basically, right? We're going to have fun. I promise you we're going to have fun. Hey, give my people on the other side of that screen a short synopsis on how this all came about and JC Soul.
Well, just lately, I decided to start writing and recording. So I was in the business a couple of decades ago, and I was touring, a lot of traveling. It wears heavy on you. It was fun for a while, but I kind of got out of it. And then I decided at one point when I retired from my corporate job to get back into what I love to do, which is singing. I've been singing since I was a kid. So I decided to record some cover songs. I found out quickly when you record cover songs that you can't get a sync license for the cover song. So
yes, that is true.
That's not going to work for me because I want my music to get out there. So I thought, let's write some music. I wrote some music back in the day, but I thought, let's really get into it and write some good songs. So I reached out to my producer. I met him through a very famous producer here in Canada. His name is Lou Monte. He introduced me to Lou Bartolomucci. So we started to work together. And the very first song that we decided to go big with was Our Groove, which has done really, really well. I'm really pleased with it. People love that song.
Yes.
Yeah, and then we moved on to, we've got a bunch of demos in the can. But what we do is we kind of work together and we think, okay, are we going to go big with this one or not? What are we going to do? So the next one was Best of Things, which is my latest release.
And you know what? We are playing that here on Jazz Mix 95. Thank you for doing the drops. They came out great. I meant to tell you that. And I was like, when I first saw you online, I was like, okay, I got to find out about her. I found out about you by looking up stuff on Len Mazzoni. And then all of a sudden, all these Canadian artists started coming in. And so I went online and I listened to your music and I was like, oh, she's got a dynamic voice. I've got to talk to her. So I've been chasing you for a long time now. So I finally got you. I'm gonna go ahead and ring up. You know what? It won't even do it for me. There you go. I'm gonna ring our bell in the background because I finally got you this time around. And I was like, yo, I got to get with her. Hey, we really enjoy your music here on Jazz Mix 95. You
great.
have a great voice, and I'm not just trying to gaslight you on that one. People, you get a chance, go out there and check her music. And while we're doing this, tell my people where they can find your music at.
Well, you can find my music on Spotify. So it's JC Soul, JCSOL. Spotify, YouTube. I'm on Deezer. I'm on Apple, iTunes. Just type my name in the internet search and you'll see it all come up.
Pop right up, and we're going to put it on the screen on the bottom here so they can go ahead and check that out. Sounds good? Okay, so you're in Canada, right? And
yes.
And I was in the music business as well. And so I was always intrigued with like this one thing, and it just would rattle my mind anytime we travel. It's like, how are people from other countries, I should say, and how's their music being accepted? So let's start with Canada first, your home country. How is your music being accepted in Canada thus far?
Oddly enough, there's not a lot of R&B in Canada.
Ooh.
It's a very sort of small market.
Right.
So sadly, I don't get a lot of, play in my own country. Get a lot of play in the UK.
Okay. I can agree with you on that.
Yeah. And Europe generally, Switzerland, Germany, even Italy, and the US.
Okay.
But I'm still pushing for my own country.
Yeah, you know what? And there's something I've got to say about this. And we have aspiring musicians and singers that watch this program. And one thing I always said, and I've seen it too, a man or a woman in the music business singing is a stranger in their own town.
Yeah.
And that is so true. I've heard it from so many other people. So how is the music market in Canada?
Well, it's a lot of, there's a lot of top 40 terrestrial stations.
Right.
And they don't really seem to be the way to go anymore, You cannot get your music on a terrestrial station. It's impossible.
Right.
The one person that really helps the artists here in Canada, as far as R&B and smooth jazz, her name is Mary Kirk. She runs a station. Actually, she's got 2 outlets. She's got one in Hamilton, Ontario, and another one in Vancouver. It's called The Wave, Smooth Jazz.
Okay.
So they play great music, and I established a relationship with her when I first recorded my cover stuff back a few years ago. And so now, when I have a new track coming up, she plays it.
Yes, you've got that right there in your back pocket.
Yeah.
You're speaking of like the UK. You're speaking of like what other countries have like reached out or like, hey man, she's doing really well over here outside of the UK.
Mainly, I have to reach out to them.
Right.
I don't get a lot of radio stations reaching out to me. The way it works is through social media. I kind of piggyback on the other artists that are getting airplay. So it's really valuable. Like the relationship we all have with each other is really valuable. And we sort of root each other on and we pick up things here and there. But yeah, I catch all of those contacts. And then sometimes it does organically move from there.
Right.
Because, the radio curators will say, hey, I've got this girl singer, JC Soul. She's written some great music and you might want to play her. And right now I've got a campaign running on.
Cool.
Yeah.
You know what? You sent me a clip. You know what? Is it okay to show the people that?
Sure, yeah.
Okay, we're going to show you a little clip while we're talking right here.
Yeah.
And I loved it. I loved it so much. And I watched it like 3 times. I was like, she is moving. I love it.
Yeah.
So you were there back in the day, right? And you know how the music business operated. What is your comparison to the music business from back in the day till today? How do you see it?
Night and day.
Yes.
Back then, it was just a lot of traveling. You did gigs 6 and 7 nights a week. In Europe, we did gigs 7 nights a week. And if we had to move to another city, we had to tear down, drive, get to the gig, set up, and play that same night. So in Canada and even in the States, it was 6 nights a week. So it was just a lot of traveling, doing top 40 stuff, throwing some originals in there. But you weren't making a whole lot of money. It was just sort of like a grind. It was fun. But you didn't really feel like, anything was happening. And then in the 80s, they started coming out with a music video, which really sort of picked things up. Yes. But it still wasn't easy to have any sort of presence. Now it's completely different. You can grow it organically right from your own bedroom.
Yes. Yes. You are your own marketing, A&R, and the whole 9 yards today.
Yeah. It's great.
It's a different whole new ball game. Hey, musical inspirations. What gets you going and what gets you because I read a little something about that, but I'm going to let you tell the people how you go ahead and put together a song and your musical inspirations of getting it out there.
Well, I love R&B. I love soul music. I always have. So if my playlist is just full of R&B and soul. So I get my inspiration from my playlist and new artists that I hear here and there. But when I'm deciding that I want to sort of write a tune, I start sort of working the hard drive in my brain.
Right.
And it usually happens when I'm doing very mundane things like, brushing my teeth or something.
Right.
So I'll think, okay, how do I want the melody to go? And I'll sort of sort that out in my head. And then I run out to get my phone if it's not already with me in the bathroom, which it usually is. And I record that. And then I build it from there. I come down to my computer and my keyboard and I plunk out the chords that I want to use as the chord progressions. Then I eventually record it on my software, my recording software, send it off to my producer. Then we go to his place and we develop the entire song before we record it. Yep.
That is the method to your madness. To me, lyrics used to come to me from like just being in a store, just walking around, even like driving in a car, like it all popped down. But let me ask you this. It pops up in my head, I should say. But let me ask you this, right? I keep this phone by my bed and using technology, I have that notepad. And so either I'll hit the record button on the voice recorder and start spewing it out really quick, because if I go to sleep and wake up again, I'll be like, what was that I was trying to write down? It just doesn't work, You got
to do it right away. You're going to forget it.
Well, that is the method to your madness. I want to thank you for sharing that with us. So let me just throw this out there, right? If you had a chance to do a duet with somebody, who would it be with?
Alive or dead? Alive or dead?
Let's go. It's okay to go with somebody who's passed away. I mean, that's
James Ingram.
James Ingram.
Yeah.
There you go.
Absolutely love that man.
Favorite all-time group?
Earth, Wind, and Fire.
EWF. I'm loving it. Hey, I got a couple of true or false questions here for you. Yeah, we're going to make you work for this, JC. Definitely. So we're going to say, they're true or false questions. And, some of them may not be whatever it is. But, you just throw it out there. This helps the people on the other side of the screen get an idea who JC Soul is. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm going to say this. Your favorite soft drink is Diet Coke. True or false?
False. I don't drink soft drinks.
Okay, cool. That's mine. So I just threw it out there.
I used to drink Diet Coke when I did, but I no longer do.
All right. Hey, true or false? Your favorite color is blue.
Yes, true.
That is mine. So see, there we go. The people are learning about you. Your favorite snack is popcorn.
I love popcorn. True.
You love popcorn? Okay, yeah. That's cool. We could work with that. Okay, so how about this one right here? Your favorite hotel in America is the Fontainebleau Hotel.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, there you go. Now, when I read that in your bio, I said, oh, my God, that's one of my favorites, too. Yeah. That's a beautiful hotel.
Gorgeous.
Hands down.
Yeah.
And I was like, I like her more now than I did before. So, hey, one more time, where can your music be found? Let people know.
Well, check me out on Facebook, JC Soul. I love to communicate with my fans and with music curators. I'm on YouTube. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. It really helps the artist if you can do that.
Yes.
Spotify, and I'm on Reverb Nation as well, Deezer. And again, just check out my name. Type my name in the internet search, and I will pop up, JC SOL, like the Spanish sun.
That's it. That's unique. That's beautiful. I saw that, the SOL, and I was like, oh. And you know what? When you said that, I thought there was like a Hispanic background with that. And then I found you were Canadian. But I love the name anyway.
It's kind of cool, because I love
Latin
music. I love Latin music, too.
It is cool. And I was like, man, she got a little je ne sais quoi on that name there. and I definitely love that. So that was a little French for Canada?
Yeah, it was pretty good, actually.
It was pretty good? Well, hey, man. Hey, JC Soul, thank you for your time. And we're playing your music here on Jazz Mix 95. You can listen to JC Soul anytime. We've got a catalog on there with you. So we play your music, just not the new stuff, the stuff that you had before, too, just to let you know. And we're going to keep you alive in there. And people go check her out. Go to Facebook, connect with her. She does love speaking to people because I mess with you every day. I do. I try to say something to you every day just to be like, okay, anyway, I love you. You have good music, man. I like to have that, little camaraderie. Maybe day's not going so good, whatever. I could spark it up with something crazy. I don't know. But yeah, people go check her out. Hey, thank you once again, and good luck with your musical endeavors. And Michael Massaro, he's the one who hooked us up with you.
Yeah, he played sax on my latest release.
Your latest release, yeah. So he's a great guy, man. So, and I'm planning to come that way to see Michael and Len, and perhaps maybe we can get together and say, hey, what's up? Have some Tim Hortons coffee. I don't know.
That's what you guys like. Let's do it.
Let's do it, man. So, people, that's it this week for Can I Get a Minute? Keep spreading the love. JC Soul, go check her out.
Thanks, Marquise.
No problem. That's it. We'll see you next week.
Take care. Bye, everyone. Bye.
Bye. We're out.